Begin by determining the role you want your user to assume. Once decided, proceed to create the user role. From your dashboard, navigate to the left panel. Click on Users and then select User Roles. Within the User Role section, click Add New. Give a name to the user role. For example, let's call it Content Manager. Copy and paste the same name into the System Name field. Ensure the active box is checked to activate this role, and then click Save. Congratulations! You've just created a new user role entity. Now, let's configure the permissions for this role. Go to the Configuration tab on the left panel and choose Permission Rules. Click Add New. Select the specific user role you're working on. In this case, it's the Content Manager. For each entity, determine the level of access. Category, decide if they can manage categories. Feed mapping, determine if they can run imports. Manufacturer, specify whether they can add new brands. Product, indicate whether they can edit product content. Specification attribute, decide if they can manage specifications. Store, determine if they can manage the multi-store option in the PIM. You can assign different permission levels: read for viewing, write for editing, delete for deletion, and full permission for all rights. In this example, we grant full permission for managing categories, feed mapping, and products, and give read access for stores. If you wish to restrict access to any entity, simply skip it, and it won't appear in the user's admin view. On the right, you'll see an overview of the permission rules for this user role. Once done, click Save. Now, let's move on. From the overview, you can see a list of all the permission rules you've created. There's also a convenient filter option that allows you to search for specific permission rules using criteria like customer roles, entity type, or rights. Now, let's create a user. Select the Users tab on the left panel and click Add New User. Enter the user's email and set up a password in the respective fields. Don't forget to add their first and last name as required information. In the User Roles tab at the top, ensure the user is registered. Assign your new user to the appropriate user role, in this case, Content Manager. Click Save, and now the user is officially in the system. They can later change their password or use the Forgot Password feature from the login page. If you need to fine-tune the user's permissions further, you can access the Access Control List by selecting the Configuration tab on the left panel. Here, you can find user roles in your system and a list of detailed permission fields for inclusion or exclusion. Once you've completed these steps, you can check if everything is set up correctly by impersonating the chosen user. This will give you a view of how the admin interface appears for this user.